Creativity is the process of having original ideas, but it's having ideas that have value. And that's the interesting part of this, because anybody, I guess, can come up with something novel. It doesn't always mean that it's worthwhile or useful. So creativity to me is not just coming up with original ideas, it's testing ideas out, seeing which are the good ideas, which ones work, which are appropriate. And that's a very disciplined process. It's both using your imagination and critical judgment.
I think the term creative kind of scares people, because people often say, well, oh, I'm not creative. You know, we have a department for that. I think that solving problems is a creative process.
As the world economy has begun to develop and to integrate and to innovate, the ability to be creative, to be innovative is essential.
No company, just from a purely commercial point of view, can be complacent. Nobody has a safe ticket into the future. So being able to innovate, to come up with new ideas, to be flexible, to ride the change and help to shape the future is absolutely critical.
What we have to do in Oklahoma and in the country and in the world for that matter is to reshape our institutions, to both educate, promote, and celebrate creativity. The goal of the Creativity Project is to, both by reputation and by fact, to establish Oklahoma as a hotbed of creative development in the world.
Well, I think the Oklahoma Creativity Project is a huge step in terms of not only telling people outside of Oklahoma, but also reminding people inside Oklahoma what we have here. I think that's a crucial issue, is that we need to sort of boost our own confidence about what's going on in the state.
It's helping to develop and harness the huge capacities in Oklahoma for great ideas, for new thinking, for new business opportunities, for great cultural provision, so that Oklahoma becomes a player in the 21st century. I find it very interesting. I travel around quite a bit, and outside of America, if I'm speaking to a large conference, if I say, there's a great creativity project happening in Oklahoma, people go, really? That's great. If you say it in America, people go, really? Oklahoma? And it's very interesting that, because Oklahoma, in a way, has an image problem.
There is a perception that Oklahoma doesn't have this kind of creative environment. It doesn't have this tolerant attitude toward mistakes made in the quest for creativity, and so it limits the number of people who actually you have available to you as your employees, and as your partners, and as your investors.
So part of this is to help, in a very positive way, to rebrand Oklahoma, and I don't just mean that as a marketing tool. In a way, things become what you believe in. And if Oklahoma thinks differently, it will behave differently, and it will become something different. What Oklahoma is attempting to do, almost every state in the Union is trying to do. There's a national initiative now called Innovation America, because every state in the Union recognizes that the things that have worked so far may not sustain regions or the country in the 21st century. But I think there's a unique opportunity here in Oklahoma, partly because it's not overpopulated. If you go to a big state with a huge population, it's harder to shift things. In Oklahoma, what may be seen as a weakness is actually its strength.
We still have, I think, a good part of that pioneer spirit that's still around after the short 100 years of our existence.
And some really key leaders here who can help to, I think, focus and galvanize a process that would really accelerate change in Oklahoma if we get it right.
If we're able to create the right processes that don't impede creativity but actually do promote it, then I think Oklahoma can leapfrog most other states. We're big enough to matter, but we're small enough to get something done.
What we're trying to do in the Oklahoma Creativity Project is to establish a statewide collaboration, effectively. It isn't that we're trying to just get one or two big projects off the ground. The thing about creative thinking is it can happen anywhere, in any field. And our policy is, so to speak, to encourage 1,000 flowers to bloom.
I think there is the notion, and in most cases the myth, that creativity happens in a quiet, solitary room with a mad inventor in there coming up with some grand scheme or idea. When in fact, most creativity is the product of a variety of energies coming together.
I think the environment is everything. If you are in a welcoming environment where your ideas, and you feel that your ideas are just as important as the other guys, that fosters this sense of empowerment that comes with creativity.
So what we're encouraging people to do is to come up with initiatives in their own field of work, where they are. But what we're trying to do is to put people in contact with each other, so there'll be a kind of cross-fertilization of ideas. Because part of the problem is people aren't aware of what else is going on, and therefore how they might partner. And already I think the success of the project has been in putting people in touch with each other, not because they're like-minded, but because they're trying to achieve something similar. In fact, very often, the best work comes from people who don't think in the same way, but can find a way of working together. So collaboration is certainly at the heart of this. One of the ways that we're connecting people across the project is through a great website that's been established, which is there to provide information, but also contacts, and also to gather information from people about the work they're doing. So I think that's the first thing. Declare your interest, get involved, let us know who you are, where you are and what you're doing. And then what we'll try to do through the website and through Creative Oklahoma, the organisation we've set up to do this, is to make contact with you and put you in touch with other people either in your area, geographical area, or in the area of work that you're interested in.
We're about the process. We're about creating the fertile field. What grows in that field is up to the people, the creative people of our state.
But this is a reciprocal process. As the project evolves, new initiatives will come on stream, and it may be that one of the ways you can get involved is by being part of something that's already happening. But it may be, as you look at what we're doing, that you'll think this is a gap and this should be happening, and so we'd love to hear from you and see if we can get that set up as well.
I'm certain that we will have many innovations, many products, many ideas that will get across the finish line. As far as this initiative, what we simply need is a lot of people coming together to be creative.